12 and 13. He inches a bit closer now to Raul Fernandez.
It just seems like he's got that little bit more confidence to attack the fast rights, doesn't he, than the Calexes around him, which is not something we've been able to say too often for the Oscar scorers so far this year.
Out of the final corner then, 4 laps remain. Raul Fernandez crosses the line as the race leader, looking for back-to-back wins, and he's responded again. It's a 37 flat from the number 25.
Yeah, Gardner just a little bit faster than Canet. When will Gardner try and make his move? This is where the track limits warning is going to come the way of Raul Fernandez. Yeah, you can just see there the rear tyre drifting off the curb. Will trigger those sensors.
Canet then now struggling. He's got his hands full. Remy Gardner trying to fight through on Raul. And again, on this lap, Raul Fernandez is just broken clear by another 10th or so. Oh, a twitch from Remy Gardner. He's desperate to get the power on early.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here, though, isn't it? Risk over reward ratio being tested to the limit here for Gardner. How much does he push and risk to try and find a way through on Canet and then try and hunt down Raul Fernandez? He will not want to throw away, at the moment, what looked like a safe and secure 16 points minimum, because he's got a decent buffer of about 3/4 of a second still back to lows in 4th.
You just see, there's just nothing really to split them, is there?
This just sums up modern-day Moto2, doesn't it? The lap times are so identical. If you just lose a couple of tenths per lap, it's then so hard to recover the time you've lost.
This has been a brilliant lap from Raul Fernandez. He's opened up a 6/10 of a second lead. Are we going to have another lap record here from the man who sits second in the World Championship? As they cross the line, there will be just 3 laps to go here in Mizano. Close to track limits again there, though, was Fernandez.
Oh, brilliant. It's another 37 flat from Raul Fernandez, and the 2 men directly behind him have got no response to it. Canet lost another 3 tenths on that lap 22. Gardner lost a couple of tenths as well. And Gardner can just see Fernandez eking out those crucial meters. He can see another 25 points going the way of the number 25 here.
Yeah, he can. And Sam Lowe's in 4th. Is just sitting there, ready to pick up the pieces should anything go wrong here.
Lowe's actually was the second quickest man of the top 4 behind Raul Fernandez, but having just lost that contact with Gardner.
I thought it said track limits and a long lap penalty for Augusto Fernandez then, but he's been given a track limits warning. The number 37, he's behind this man, Marco Bezzecchi, who after today will 100% be out of the frame.
Yeah, he was second in both races here last year, Marco Bezzecchi, but he hasn't really looked like a top 3 contender at any phase of his home Grand Prix weekend in the present. At the moment, 5th place. He's got his work cut out holding on to that 5th as well. And look at this now. There is clear daylight emerging between Raul Fernandez and Aaron Canet. Surely that advantage now has been stretched to close to a full second. It was 3/4 of a second through sector 2. It stays the same through sector 3. And Gardner, he just still can't find a way through, piling the pressure on Canet. The Spaniard still resisting.
What a superstar Raul Fernandez is. He's keeping this championship alive heading into the States. He's got 2 laps left to hold on as he crosses the line. Remy Gardner, can he make a move on Canet? Is he close enough to do what he did to Sam Lowe's? He's going to line it up into turn 2, surely.
More yellow flags in sector 3. Here comes the move. Gardner's through. He did line it up. Perfectly executed. Canet, though, leans on the Australian through turn 2. Gardner, though, does stand firm. He's got into 2nd place. Now, is there anything he can do about that advantage, the disadvantage of nearly 3/4 of a second to his teammate Raul Fernandez?
He does well at damage limitation, doesn't he, Remy Gardner? Sankhya Chantra has crashed out the tie rider at turn 13. It's a fast crash. Onto the back straight then. The gap's 9 tenths between Raul Fernandez and his teammate Remy Gardner.
Chantra down and out. That's his Mizano Grand Prix weekend over. His teammate on the Honda Team Asia motorcycle, Iagura, still hanging on to 7th place.
So it would be 34 points the difference heading into Austin.
You know, Raul Fernandez is obviously going to be delighted to have taken 50 points out of 50 in his physical condition, but he's not really had a help against everybody else, has he? Because Remy Gardner took 20 points in Aragon, which felt like a win. Not a great big fan of Motorland Aragon, is he, Remy Gardner?
Canet, though, is looking to retaliate and just...
Yeah, he's so good. He's so good. In 11, 12 and 13 is Canet. That's where he's been strong. Sector 3, he's had the measure of the Calexes in that sector.
third sector, Remy Gardner closed 3/10 on the race leader, Raul Fernandez, but as we round turn 16, it's the last lap then. Can Raul Fernandez hold on to this one as they cross the line? A 37.6 is the slowest lap of the race for Raul.
Well, they've been the top two men for the entirety of 2021. They're the top two men in the championship. They're the top two men right now here in Mizano.
He's getting closer, man.
Is there a grandstand finish coming here from Gardner? He winds up the power coming through turn number 3. Bit of wheel spin on that rear Dunlop tyre, but he's creeping ever closer towards Raul Fernandez. What's the gap then as we come through the first sector on this final lap? It's down to just 4/10 of a second. Game on here in Mizano.
They get down the back straight then on the approach to turn 8, and in every single braking zone, Remy Gardner's taking a 10th or 2 out of Raul Fernandez. This is far from over in Mizano.
Well, Raul Fernandez will be physically hurting. He could be mentally hurting here if he gets pinched by Gardner right at the death of this Mizano Moto2 battle. They come now into turns 8 and 9 and 10, and it's still Raul Fernandez that has the advantage, desperate trying to get the power down as quickly as he can out of turn number 10.
Oh, this is going to be fascinating as they come up towards turn 11. Look at Remy Gardner then in second place. He's closing. Surely there's a big moment for Gardner. And that's his charge over. And he might just lose second place now as well because Canet's closing.
He was winding up to try and get through on Fernandez here, wasn't he, into turn 14. Lit up that rear Dunlop tyre through 12, and surely now that means Raul Fernandez will hang on to a famous victory. He's had to grit his teeth. He's ridden through the pain barrier twice in a week, and he's getting the ultimate reward.
Checkered flag is out, and he's done it again. It's back-to-back wins for Raul here in Mizano ahead of Gardner. Canet an excellent third, and Sam Lowes with another 4th in 2021. These two riders are just class, aren't they? Akio's men. Raul Fernandez cuts the gap down to 34 overall to keep the championship alive heading into Austin.
Marco Bezzecchi 5th, not his day. What a race that was again by these two men. The Red Bull KTM Ios, Raul Fernandez and Remy Gardner. Top two men, as we mentioned, late on for the most of this 2021 World Championship campaign. The top two men yet again here in Mizano. And what a 7 days it has been for this young man. Raul Fernandez, the rookie sensation, in absolute agony, excruciating pain in both Aragon and here in Mizano, yet he's taken 50 points.
Oh, look at that from Remy Gardner.
Dirt track style.
Well, it was a great effort.
Yeah, that was in the warm-up, yeah, it was. He was on pole position here last year.
Yeah, turn 11 is where he had his massive high side here last year, and there he had a big slide as well. Raul Fernandez was definitely fading in the latter stages. Watch this. Wow.
That happened at about 165 mile an hour, nailed in 6th gear. Scary stuff indeed. Impressive stuff by this man, Raul Fernandez.
Incredible rider. What a rider he is, Raul Fernandez. He's now won 6 races in 40